diet plans that you can follow and set yourself up for success.
Yeah.
But the only way to, get ready for it is really mentally. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Having a no-quit attitude and just literally telling yourself if it gets hard, I'll quit tomorrow. And then when tomorrow comes, get through the day. And if it's still hard, tell yourself, I'll quit tomorrow, and just rinse and repeat that.
In times of old, in times of new, there's a God to follow to make it true. It's the pop culture field, and you will.
Welcome back to the Pop Culture Field Manual Podcast, sitting right at the intersection of weapons, action, the military, and pop culture.
What?
It's good to be back, folks. I love your faces. I'm as your right former Green Beret, and with me, he's the guy. He's the one guy. He's the guy with the face.
Yeah, he's like on Gameology, and the shift fire.
And he does he's at the clothing thing. What's your name again?
Cameron Fath, former Army Ranger, and we hope that gave you a little idea of what we're talking about today on PCFM Podcast. That's right. How many times have you watched a movie and someone looks so darn familiar and you say to yourself, where is that guy from?
Where do I know that
what's
guy?
What's his face?
He's been in something before.
He's been in something before. Like, what's that guy's face again?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it today.
We're going to talk about all those people.
All of those people, at least in our opinion, some of the ones that shine.
Yep.
They're in multiple military movies, multiple fantasy movies that we all know and love, but we're going to find out who the heck these guys are.
Yeah, you don't know their names, but I guarantee you have watched movies with these people in them before.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're like, hey, that's the guy. That's what's his face.
Yeah,
yeah, totally.
That's what's the name. And
we're gonna narrow it down.
hopefully they will listen. They will find this podcast through the course of time and thank us for mentioning them.
Absolutely.
Even though they've all had super long careers. Everybody on this list has been working for decades, probably more than some of us have been alive. And we're like, we're gonna shine a light on these unknown actors.
Yeah, and they're very known. In fact, they're lifers.
Oh,
and
yeah.
with that, we just want to mention that we have a Patreon. We're super excited. We've just released a Patreon for you to subscribe to in case one podcast a week isn't enough, right? So we have 3 tier levels. We have the Fuzzy Private, so it gives you early access. We have the Salty Sergeant to get you an exclusive podcast per month. And then we have the Lifer. Yes, the PCFM person that can't get enough and craves this podcast.
Craves our presence and our voices.
Which gives you exclusive access to one movie night per month with Izzy and I, live stream. Super cool.
Doing
if you guys are
commentary.
interested, doing commentary, communicating with y'all, getting what's more fun than watching a movie with your friends?
Hey,
yeah.
and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to tap into that primal need.
Absolutely. If that's something that interests you, head on over to our Patreon. Check it out. You won't be disappointed. But let's go down that nitty-gritty, right? What's his face? What is his face?
What is his face? The first what's his face is David Morse.
To be honest, when you put this one down here, I was like, who the heck is this? And then I looked at his repertoire.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, my God. Yeah, this guy's in so much.
Yeah, he's been in so much for so long. So David Morse, probably the most well-known of his roles. Let's see. He was, I feel like, the Green Mile is like where you would know him. For he was one of the guards in the Green Mile. Like, obviously, you're not going to know which one. Let me just go to the Green Mile. He was Brutal Howell. He was one of the older guards with gray hair. But what else has he been in? He was Colonel Reed in The Hurt Locker.
Yeah, The Hurt Locker is the most well-known one that I at least know.
Yeah.
Just
The Rock.
The Rock, yeah.
Rock.
He was also in The Rock.
12 Monkeys.
Yeah, 12 Monkeys. He was in that one. The Negotiator with, what is his name? You want my
Samuel
blood?
Jackson.
Sam Jackson and
You want my
Kevin
blood?
Spacey.
and Kevin Spacey. Take my blood. Did you guys ever see Dancer in the Dark?
Dancer in no, what is that?
I did. It's depressing.
It's one of the most depressing movies.
Is it
of all
Lars von
time.
Trier?
Lars von Trier,
Oh,
the man who
cool.
hates
That
all
guy,
life.
You don't ever
Yeah.
have to watch a movie he makes.
Yeah,
Never.
no, I watched the Lars Van Trier. What's that movie? The
Antichrist?
Antichrist.
Oh
yeah,
my
I watched
God.
that movie. Oh my God! Talk about a scarring movie. Don't watch that movie.
Don't
if
watch that
you-
movie. Okay,
if
public
you
service
like-
announcement.
yeah,
Don't watch large amount of movies if you value your life.
Yeah, or you're like morals.
You
or
do want to watch things that David Morse is in because he's been working for a long time. He really got his career started with Saint Elsewhere, which was kind of a precursor to the Doctor. Like it was a Doctor show, but it was before ER. But he was like one of the main characters in that show. But you'll know him,
Dr. Jack Morrison.
Dr. Jack Morrison from St. Elsewhere. So he's been around, and that's like the 80s, man. He's been around so long, and he still works today. He was in World War Z.
Oh yeah,
not
he's
too
an
long
ex-CIA
ago.
agent in World War Z. It just popped up. Look
Yeah,
at
he
that.
was in the Blind Spot TV series that just ended a couple years ago. The Chair, which is a newer season, just coming out like last year. And it's so funny. There's this thing called the Gettysburg Address, which is a documentary he does a voice of, and they're like half the people on our list are also in this documentary.
Really?
It's really weird.
That's super weird.
But yeah, David Morse, cool dude. Would love to hang out and have a beer with him, but he's been in a lot.
Wow. Yeah, man. Yeah, so that's what's his face right there.
That's
the
what's his
first one.
face.
Moving on. William Fichtner.
William Fichtner.
This is a very iconic face.
and
Like,
Just
you know
real quick, it's pronounced Fichtner.
Fichtner?
it's pronounced Fichtner.
Yeah, I've met
wow.
him. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you've
you've met. Wait,
damn.
tell us, Chris. Tell us
Chris,
your
when did
William
you meet him?
Fichtner story.
Did you kiss him?
He was no. Yes.
Yeah.
He my brother worked on Prison Break, and he was on Prison Break,
Nice.
and they got chummy, and so my brother was out visiting Los Angeles, and he invited me out, and we had drinks with him. He was a really nice dude.
That's super
That's
cool.
so cool,
That is a
man.
cool story, man. Yeah, 'cause, I mean, most famously, at least in the military pop culture world, he plays one of the Delta operators in Black Hawk. More specifically, you know him as Sanderson.
Yeah.
And also the banker at the beginning of The Dark Knight when he's like, "You any idea who you're stealing
Yeah,
from?
yeah.
You and your friends are
dead.
Yeah, that's probably those two roles are the most iconic roles that I know that guy from.
And that guy, and he's only in the first scene of that
Yeah,
movie,
and
and
then
it's like he's the banker from The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
you know?
totally. I mean, such a small role, but like, for some reason, I remember that line.
Yep.
Complete with the shotgun. He's just shooting at the Joker.
Yeah, he gets given the famous line where the Joker puts the grenade into his mouth. He's like, "Whatever doesn't kill us makes us stranger."
Yeah.
And then he has the little string, and he thinks it's gonna explode, and then it's
It's
just a little
just
puff of
pop.
smoke. He's like, "Oh."
Where'd you learn to count?
Yeah,
Is he out?
yeah.
Head nod. Head nod. Look at the YouTube for that one.
Yep.
Head nod. But yeah, dude, he's in a lot of stuff. I
Yeah, he was
mean,
in
listen,
Crash, Armageddon.
He's in Heat.
He's in Heat.
Yeah, Pearl
Yep.
Harbor, The Perfect Storm. GTA Vice City San Andreas. He's the voice of one
Of
of the
Ken
characters.
Rosenberg. He plays the voice of the same character in two different games, Vice City and San Andreas.
Interesting. And
Yeah.
then what? We got an Independence Day resurgence, so like the sequel.
Yeah, the really
Yeah,
bad
no one's
sequel.
seen that. Though,
Yeah, I was gonna say
so.
I haven't seen that.
And
one.
nobody cares, and
Yeah,
you
no
shouldn't
one's
care.
talking about
Good.
it. But-
Prison Break, and then the Prison Break TV show.
I mean, but he's got one of the like talk about what's his face. His face is very like you don't forget that.
You know
face.
him when you see him. You're like, oh, I know. You just didn't know that his name was William Fichtner.
Exactly. You thought his name was David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, he does it all the time.
No, he's in so much stuff. Oh yeah.
And he's still working today, and he's gonna be in the Gettysburg Address documentary along with David Morse.
Oh. Yeah,
I was looking at IMDb, and I'm like, wait, he's in that too?
Yeah, no, I loved him in Black Hawk Down. He does such a good job.
Yeah.
Even with that like Delta Force persona.
Yep.
I mean, who's the other guy who plays the other Delta Force operator in there?
Yeah, Hoot.
Hoot. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Those two are.
It's just war, man.
It's just What are you, some kind of war? Why do you do it, man? What are you, some kind of war junkie?
Yeah.
Those two are a power duo in
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Aussie actor, played the Hulk, was in Helen of Troy, or was in Troy as well. I forget his name, but other cool
what's-
dude.
Yeah. Sada, Michael Sada.
Eric Bana.
Eric Bana. There you go, Eric Bana.
Eric Bana. Yeah, that's another one that should have been on this list. But hey, honorable mention, Eric.
But
Bana.
Eric Bana was like he was riding high for a while, and now he's kind of like settled into kind of mid tier.
Actually, Eric Bana is the cover photo of our Patreon Salty Sergeant tier.
Oh, that's right. That's from Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, you want to talk about a Salty Sergeant? There you go. Eric Bana. He's the saltiest of all actors.
William Fichtner. We'll all go out for drinks sometime, and
Oh,
Chris
yes.
Chris is buying.
And Israel will have a cherry coke. Yes.
Stephen Root.
Stephen Root, moving right along. Stephen Root. This one actually, when I looked him up, I was like, why did you put him on this list? The guy from Office Space.
Yeah. I kind of. It was a bit of a stretch. He's a bit of a stretch. He's the stapler guy from Office Space. He's Gordon from Dodgeball.
Yeah, totally. I was like, why'd you throw him on? Please explain your thought process for throwing him in.
I just forgot what the thread was, and I just wanted somebody. I did like a Google search of like 30 actors you didn't know you knew, and he was on there, and I like him. He's Fuchs from Barry, and I love the Barry television shows, which I got to catch up on.
Yeah, you also put he's Captain Cavada in Star Trek.
Yeah, there you go. There's the thread. There's the connection. He's Captain Cavada in Star Trek: The Next Generation, Unifications Part 1 and 2, which had Leonard Nimoy as Spock, who did a reappearance for the show. He was a Klingon captain. It's so funny when people play Klingons or guys with crabs on their heads because, like, you don't recognize them, but then later on you're like, oh, that was that guy?
Boo!
Oh, come on.
Boo this man.
This guy's awesome.
Dude, I mean, yeah, he might be awesome.
But it's a bit of a stretch.
It is a big stretch. This is a Fantastic Four stretch, dude. This is like Mr. Fantastic type of stretch. But, yeah, it looks like he's an American Dad. Yeah, he plays the
He does a lot of
guy
voice
from
acting, yeah.
Finding Nemo. Bubbles.
Yeah,
Bubbles.
Bubbles, and then American Dad, and then he's like one of the main characters in the King of the Hill series, King of the Hill cartoon.
Yeah.
Which I hate and I never watch because I hate it.
You don't like propane and propane products?
Oh God. Oh yeah. Yes. Let's have a cartoon about Middle America.
You put the kind of guy who will probably always be able to work in Hollywood.
I feel like because he's been around for so long, he has 270 credits on IMDb.
Wow.
He's been around forever. I feel like he just knows everybody, and as long as he wants to work, he'll know somebody. And he's probably a guy like this. I'm just guessing. It's just a guess. I don't know him, but he's probably a cool dude to hang out with.
You think he's a cool guy?
Yeah, because he just keeps
he's
working.
got to compensate.
Yeah, and he's not
like
an A-lister.
When you think of like Hollywood action star, I think of like Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pratt and all the other Chris's.
Yeah,
like,
all
your
the
name's
Chris's.
Chris, congratulations, you're gonna be successful in Hollywood. But yeah, no, you put this guy down, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, he is gonna be successful in Hollywood because he's a unique looking individual.
He is. Character
and
actor.
There's always gonna be room for unique looking people. I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm always like, why does God, I'm blanking on his name, the Green Goblin.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe is not a handsome guy,
dude, but he's a dynamo of an actor.
He's a great actor,
Yeah.
but he's so unique.
He has a weird look.
He's got a
man.
very weird look that people are, speaking of, Lars movies with the Antichrist, Willem Dafoe is the main character in that, and nobody wants to see him doing intercourse.
No.
And you see a lot of it in that movie.
No.
And I'm like, Willem Dafoe's not a handsome man,
No.
but he's got a very unique look, and Stephen Root has a unique look, so I agree that he will always be able to work in Hollywood just because of that. But did you
the next one on the list?
yeah, let's go over the next one.
Yeah.
Garrett Dillahunt.
Garrett Dillahunt, man, he has been around for quite a while, and he's another one of those good actors that he only does like really unique roles. He's not a character actor, right? Mm-hmm. He was in No Country for Old Men. I love it. He was in Deadwood. More recently, you probably saw him. He was the skeezy dude Martin who betrays everybody in Army of the Dead, the Zack Snyder movie that came out recently. And then he gets eaten by the zombie tiger, gets his head crushed. But
okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy that was working for the Japanese dude that ends up he had an ulterior motive the whole time, and he was there to get the head of the zombie chick. Yeah. But at any rate, yeah, really cool dude. Done a lot of different kinds of roles. He was actually in Deadwood back in the day, 2004, 2005, and he actually played one character. And then maybe him and the main director guy, just like David Milch, he brought him back as a completely different character.
Yeah, it was confusing when I was watching it.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, is this because the first character he played just like goes away, he doesn't die?
Yeah.
And so I was like, is he back and he's better now?
Yeah. No, he comes back as a totally different dude, and then he ends up hanging himself, the other character does. But
what is this? What I blanked out. What are we talking about?
Deadwood. The HBO is a Western HBO series where everybody talks like they're talking Shakespeare. The dialogue is really unique.
But
super
it's
unique. Yeah, but it's Western. It's like super
and
stylized.
They say sucker a lot.
They do say that word a lot, yeah.
They do. I mean, it looks like he's also in Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, he was in Fear the Walking Dead a lot. He was in Ambulance. which nobody saw except for me.
Did you like that movie? I mean, it's James
I thought it was
Cameron.
all right. Yeah, it was very much. It was very Michael Bay. It was the
I'm
most
sorry,
Michael Bay.
Michael, not James Cameron. I always get those two confused.
All those like he had like some drone pilot dude that was really good with the drone, and
Yeah.
there was so many weird, wild angles that I got like sick watching it.
Ugh.
I'm like, just slow down, man. Stop doing the
Slow
shaky
down,
cam. Stop it with the drones. I just
Didn't
want
you
to watch
say
the
that it
movie.
was all? Because I'm pretty sure we had a conversation. Because you're like, "Did you watch Ambulance?" And I was like, "No," and you're like, "I did." And
Yeah.
And then you're like, "The movie is like a 2-hour movie, but it all takes place during what, like?"
golden hour on like it's 5 o'clock for the entire movie.
Yeah, that's what
because
you're
it's
saying.
always the sun's always almost going down for the
Yeah.
entire film. You know,
Almost. Oh, the
'Cause-
sun's almost down. Oh wait, 2 hours later.
Michael Bay just loves that golden hour lighting.
Yeah,
You know? So
and that's a lot in like Terminator. I mean, not Transformers. Like the entire movie.
Oh,
during
God, it's
golden hour.
always
now,
golden
now that
hour.
I'm like recalling it, like they're in a C-130 and it's golden hour, and then they jump out and it happens to be golden hour.
yeah,
and,
it takes Michael Bay 12 months to shoot a film
Yeah,
because
'cause
he's
like,
always
"We're
searching
only
for the light.
recording during golden hour. That's funny, man. That's really funny. But yeah, I think that's a good one.
Yeah, Garrett Dillahunt, man. Oh, and my little Garrett Dillahunt story is I was at an indoor range once,
Uh-huh.
and he was also there, and,
Oh, yeah.
and we saw each other and we locked eyes, and
You
he
say, "I'm
saw
Israel
me
Wright, former Green Beret."
see him. It was through the glass, but
Oh.
he like kind of nodded, and I nodded to him,
Did you
and,
put your hand on the glass?
and he said, "Be with me always. Let's be friends forever." And I said, "Okay, Garrett Dillahunt."
Yeah.
Everything about that story is true except for the last part.
Okay, well, that's how it played out in your head. At least, right?
That's what I wanted to happen.
Yeah, and then the magical spring creatures that are animated came around and helped you shoot.
That's right.
Yeah, totally.
All my
Okay.
character, all my
Yeah,
characters.
all your characters. Okay, Neal McDonough.
Neal McDonough had
Who's-
a long career. I try to like
Oh, this guy.
Most
yeah, that's what's
recently-
his face.
the horrible movie that I hope you didn't see, Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. He was William Birkin, the scientist who
Yeah.
ends up injecting himself, and he was like he's like evil all of a sudden. That movie's so stupid.
Is
But
it
yeah,
stupid?
that's the most recent one. But he's been around for decades.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you put this down, I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh yeah, oh that's what's his face.
Yep.
Yeah, that was definitely one of those characters or actors that definitely warrant the title what's his face.
Yep.
Because I was like, oh, I mean he's in Yellowstone too, which I mean say has nothing to do with this, but I guess like
More recently, yeah.
Casey in Yellowstone is a former SEAL.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he actually does a lot of correct like weapon handling things. If you watch the movie, like,
no.
he becomes like the and this is a completely different character that we're talking about. We're going off the thread, but the guy that plays Casey in Yellowstone, his character is like a former Navy SEAL that works for his dad.
Yeah.
And literally, he's like becomes the cattle like inspector or something. I don't know, whatever his
Cattle
dad
rustler?
is.
I don't
It's
know.
like it's kind of like the like a park ranger for cattle.
Okay.
Are they in Wyoming or Montana or
Cow
something?
inspector.
Montana.
And he's like clearing this one building, and he's like put your plates to the door, and he always like when he's pieing off the door, he always puts his plates to it, and he tells the guys he's like put your plate to the door, and the shotgun blast comes through the door and hits the guy in the plate, and he's like, oh, and he's like, yeah, that's why you do that. And yeah, I was like, yeah, that is why you do that, man. Yeah, you always fucking buck up with something.
What
So
I
thought
like-
that was cool.
What I like about Neal McDonough is he seems like one of those actors that even though he's getting really old, he still works out like a beast.
Yeah, I respect that. Like I respect that. Everybody knows that I'm a big fitness respector of the health and
Respecter
stuff.
of the fitness, you know.
He's
He
a respecter
always
of the fitness.
always looks real lean. Now this was a long time ago. He was in Ravenous, but like he has this one shot where he's like a hardcore soldier from like the post Civil War era, and he's like standing in the middle of an ice cold river in the mountains, like freaking yelling. He's like, ah!
With his shirt off.
Yeah, with his
That's
shirt
awesome.
off. Yeah.
Everyone knows when it's really cold outside, rip off your shirt and just flex, and you'll get warm.
Yep.
It also looks like he was the voice of Vincent in Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Yep. Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
So there you go. There's your military connection.
There's the
right there.
connection. Well, he was also Dum Dum Duggan in Captain America: The First Avenger during World War II. He was one of the Howlin', the Howlin' Monkeys, the little squad that Captain America has.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's the one with the bowler cap on and the mustache.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, Neal
Oh, yeah.
McDonough.
Yeah. Yeah. It also looks like he was. He's the voice of Deadshot in a Batman Assault on Arkham.
Oh, like a animated series or something?
Possibly.
Oh, cool.
Let me click on this, and I'll tell you
Let
right
me
now.
click and see.
But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Deadshot's Assault on Arkham is a Batman animated series.
It's
or
funny-
movie.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go for it. Yeah, they got some voluptuous female characters in anime form here.
Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa. Not watching that later. I get in trouble. Yeah, but he's Deadshot in it. Cool.
He was for our sci-fi fans out here there, you might recognize him from Star Trek First Contact. He was Lieutenant Hawk. He's the one actor who has a name that is not a part of the main crew that you know he's going to die because it's a big enough actor to have a name, but he's not a part of the regular crew, so he gets Borgified. He gets turned into a Borg halfway through.
Yeah, when they go out to the dish to release it.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
You guys are super nerds, man.
Yep. Exactly.
Man,
I love that movie.
Me
oh,
too.
it's a movie?
Yeah.
I was thinking it was like the Star Trek series.
It's the Star
if
Trek
it
Next
was,
Generation
fuck you.
crew.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
That
Chris,
movie's
me,
awesome.
yeah.
That's right. And also his first IMDb credit was he was a dock worker in Darkman.
What's Dark?
Darkman is a Sam Raimi film, Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
That was one of Sam Raimi's earlier films that he directed and had Liam Neeson in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when Liam Neeson was only 40 years old instead of 95 like he is
yeah.
today. No, that was a great one, too. That Frances McDormand, I think, was in that as well. That's a good movie, Darkman. If you haven't seen Darkman, Cameron, definitely see Darkman.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Everybody take a sip. Yeah, okay.
What do we got?
Moving right along. Sorry, I was just looking at this impressive IMDb roster from Neal McDonough.
Neal McDonough, he's
Yeah.
been around, man. He's
Yeah,
still
he's
around.
been around. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, sorry. Moving on. Here we go. One person that I think should have made this list real easily, Tom Berenger.
Now, this is interesting, Cameron, because Tom Berenger's, he's been a lead. His star has fallen in recent years,
100%,
but
yeah.
he was a leading man. Like, he
Yeah,
is.
no, he was huge.
He was an
he's
A-lister.
in all the snipers.
All this, sniper, all the
remember
sniper.
One Shot, One Kill episode, all the snipers, like all 2,000 of them.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sniper
he's
17.
in all, Sniper 17. The cleaning of the barrels. Yeah, dude. He's one of those dudes. I mean, we're talking Platoon, Sniper. What else is he in?
Well, I mean, Platoon. Yes, he was Sergeant Barnes in Platoon.
Yeah, and that's like
That's his iconic. He's the guy with the scar. He's the one that
he's
shoots
a sol-
Willem
yeah, he's
Dafoe's
the one that
character.
yeah, and I mean, I think he plays an amazing soldier just because he has the look, like the salty NCO look. If
Yep.
I'm thinking of like a salty Vietnam soldier, Tom Berenger immediately comes to mind.
Yep.
And like you see him in a lot of like. He was very big, and then he became like a B star.
Yeah, now he's like a straight to video kind of star.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, he was in Inception.
Yeah, he was in Inception.
you're right. He was
Also in Training Day.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're right. He still gets a couple of roles every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also was the substitute.
The substitute.
The
Which one's
Substitute.
that?
It's where he's like a ex-special forces dude, and his buddy gets killed at some involvement in some high school, and so he pretends to be a substitute teacher so he can infiltrate the high school and
Oh
like the gang.
yeah, and it's like a gang, Mexican gangs, and he like beats the crap out of
nice.
that kid. Yeah, to like teach him some manners. Yeah, I see that one. I've seen that one on Facebook. Like, they're like some fucking Karen posted like, "This is what our school should be like," and then
We need to take some cues from.
yeah, no, I
from
saw
Tom
that. Yeah, Tom
Berenger.
Berenger. I mean, and I picked him strictly because I'm like going off military. What's his faces?
Yeah.
Unlike Israel over here, fucking Star Trek and Office Spaces.
Yeah. Right.
Star Trek is military.
Star Trek is military. It's Space Navy.
Space, yeah, whatever. I'm
Space
talking
Force.
16s. I'm talking
Space Force.
Vietnam. I'm talking real life here, friend. But yeah, no, he's in a bunch of stuff. And actually, there's a couple movies I came across that I added to my list here, like the Battle of the Bulge, Winter War.
I
It's
never.
like based off a true story. Obviously, Battle of the Bulge was a
Yeah.
big thing in World War II.
That's
and
pretty
they made
cool.
a movie of it, and like he's in it, I guess.
Yeah.
And like just a lot of B war movies. And I'm like, he's kind of like the Nicolas Cage of military shooters. For like B movies, in my opinion.
Yep.
But I had to throw him in here just because you see him in a bunch of stuff, and he's got such an iconic look that he's one of those guys that you're like, oh, that's what's his face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
totally. Okay, moving on. The classic Tom Sizemore.
Tom Sizemore, man, he's I feel like a lot of the guys that you chose, like they were, like the guys that I chose, like they were never A-listers. Like they're like journeyman actors. They've been working steadily for decades, but they were never like, you were never going to know their names. You know Tom Sizemore's name.
I didn't know.
I mean,
Tom
I'm not saying
Sizemore.
you're not following the rules of the game and you're a total failure, but
Hey man, I didn't know that. You know me. I watch these movies. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy's in this movie.
And here's the thing, man.
I'm playing by my roles.
Being younger, that you're right in your own way because like by the time you were starting to watch movies, Tom Sizemore's career was already kind of on the way, on the decline.
I mean, it looks. Yeah, I mean, the last like blockbuster movie that I see here is like Black Hawk Down.
Well, Saving Private Ryan and Black Hawk Down, like those are like the biggest ones, I think.
Yeah, if he's in, I just picked him because of those two movies, and my movie wallet here is very small.
Yep.
So I'm like, he's in Saving Private Ryan and Black Hawk Down, one of the two greatest military movies ever made. So might as well put him on this list.
He is. He deserves to be on this list if only for those reasons.
Oh yeah, I mean, let's see, the biggest known for on IMDb, The Relic. Have you seen that?
I have seen The Relic.
That's a monster movie.
That's
right?
a monster
about
movie.
The museum.
The museum and that. Like the monster. Yeah, it's like shit from like the Amazon. It's the monster museum.
Yeah, it's a relic, but it's actually someone's a monster. And then Red Planet. Have you seen Red Planet?
Yeah, it's the one that was like it was that and Mission to Mars came out at around the same time. Red Planet was the Val Kilmer movie, where they find out that Mars has atmosphere because of like this algae that's been growing on it. But like the antagonist of the movie is like the robot that they bring with them turns evil. It like malfunctions and starts hunting them and trying to kill them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that like an aliens type of robot? Is it like a cyborg or?
No, it looks like a robot. It's like a robot dog or something like. Yeah, robot? It's like got a red eye and it's like it looks all mechanical and stuff like that.
Uh-oh. We lost our logo.
Oh no, our logo's dead.
Technical difficulties.
Well, looking at Tom Sizemore's IMDb, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. He has 29 movies that are either pre-production, filming, or in post-production.
Yeah, so he
is a working man.
He's going to make a comeback, meaning he's in the roster for coming.
I think what a lot of these actors do when they're in like kind of the twilight of their careers is they can demand a certain amount. Not a lot, but maybe like $60,000 or something like that. And they demand it, and they can get like they have to work for like a week or 2 weeks. So they get them for 2 weeks. They shoot them out. They shoot all their scenes, and then they just shoot the whole movie around them. Yeah. Like they won't even like maybe they'll let them go, and they won't even do reversals for like if they're in a scene with somebody else. They'll shoot their close-ups and their side first, and in a week or two, and then they'll let them leave, and then they'll bring in the lesser-known actors to like shoot the scene with somebody else, and they'll just pretend that they're in the same room. So I feel like Tom Sizemore might be doing that because he's got dozens of pictures that are in pre and post and filming production.
Yeah, and I'm looking at some of the stuff he's been in. So he was in Shooter, the TV series based off the movie with Mark Wahlberg.
Okay, fair.
So, and then 2016-17, so that's something, I guess. This one looks interesting. Beyond Valkyrie, Dawn of the Fourth Reich. He plays Master Sergeant O'Malley.
Oh, snap.
So that's another military thing. It's looking like...
There's a radical CIA agent, McKirkick. Radical centers on 3 American journalists taken captive by extremists who force high-level government officials to listen to their message and watch streamed images of the persuasive methods used on hostages. It's like they have to like watch their own CIA torture and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Very political. Sounds like a very political, yeah.
Behind enemy lines.
SEAL Team 8.
No one's ever heard of that. Yeah, he's in a couple of stuff.
He does like 10 movies a year.
Yeah. That's actually a lot, in my opinion.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you think about if you're in a small part of a movie and you only film for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, well, then that's a lot of time on your hands. Actors are chronically unemployed, so.
Yeah. As you know.
Yeah.
As
you know.
All right, moving right along the list here. Almost done, but we have someone with a very strong name.
Yeah, it's a mineral. It's a mineral and a direction, or a mineral and a part of a building.
And a direction. I guess, yeah. Michael Ironside.
Michael Ironside, baby.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked because he was in a lot of stuff where, I mean, we're talking Starship Troopers. He plays the NCO in charge. I expect you to do the same for me.
Yep, the guy with the mechanical arm.
Yep, and then we have Total Recall, the original with Arnie.
Yep.
And that movie's nuts.
See you at the potty, Richter.
Yeah.
Gets his arm chopped off on the elevator.
Yep. And then Top Gun.
Top Gun, man. Jester and Top Gun.
Not the new ones, but he plays Jester.
Yeah.
Jester, one of the instructors on Top Gun, which notably he could whoop the dog shit out of Maverick allegedly in a dogfight, according to online sources. That's just probably some elitist opinion. I don't know if that's real.
This guy has been in so many classic things that I watched growing up. Like he was in an episode of the A-Team. He was in the miniseries about the alien lizard overlords that come to take over Earth. The TV show and the miniseries. So many great ones. He's like kind of like Ron Perlman, where he will do a low-budget direct-to-video movie or like just a low-budget B movie, but then he'll also be in a blockbuster, like a high-end A-list movie. Like he does it all. I think he's just one of those guys that just wants to work. You know?
I think so, and I put him down here more notably because as we've been doing more gameologies and we've been reaching into like Ghost Recon, he's the voice of Sam Fisher.
Yeah, that's right.
In Wildlands and Breaking Point.
Yeah, and he's also the voice. He's a Splinter Cell. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the voice of the main dude. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's got a lot of stuff on his repertoire here, and this one was interesting. I found this movie called Ice Soldiers from 2013, and it looks awful.
Ice Soldiers?
Ice Soldiers, and I found it, and yeah, he's one of the main dudes, and I have no idea what it's about. I'm assuming it's soldiers on ice, and it looks pretty like I'm watching a trailer right now.
Colonel Desmond Trump.
A big budget film. But
a scientist discovers the bodies of free-throws and genetically modified Russians buried in the Canadian North. Upon thawing them out, he realizes he has unleashed a deadly threat to Western society and must stop them at all costs. It's got the guy who played like Mr. Ice from the DC Legends of Tomorrow, or was he the fire guy? I forget. Dominic Purcell. He was in Prison Break as well. He was the star of this movie we're looking at, Ice Soldiers. Yeah, Michael Ironside.
Yeah, I saw this and I was like, this looks terrible. I got to watch this.
Yeah, Michael Ironside, he has, I think he unfortunately has cancer of some sort.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, that's why I think there was some controversy about them not bringing him back for the Splinter Cell series to voice the main character.
Well, he's got cancer, so.
Because I think he has cancer, yeah.
Man, why does Sam Fisher in the new game sound so, I don't know, sickly? It's
does
weird.
he? I don't know.
I don't know. That's just me making a funny.
Well, my only experience with Splinter Cell is the gameology that we did.
Yeah, no, totally. And that game is so unrealistic. I mean, we did the reaction to it, and I was just like, damn, this is fucking crazy, man.
That was back when we were still being super critical in a military sense.
Now we're just like,
now we're just having a ball.
Yeah,
we're
now we just don't care. We've said everything there has to be said about tactics. And,
we've done like over 50 videos, at this point.
Yeah, it's not so. But yeah, Michael Ironside, I mean, he's one of those what's his face because you see him and you're like, yeah, he looks pretty beat up all the time. And, he plays a good like NCO, and he plays a really good bad guy.
He's a guy that has that sense of command and authority.
Yeah, that's
like I think he was the commander in was it Terminator Salvation. He was one of the head people in the submarine that Christian Bale talks to, and then they end up getting double crossed or whatever, or they end up getting fooled by the machines and they drop a nuke on the submarine. They all die.
He's in X-Men First Class.
Was he in X-Men First Class?
I guess so. He played Captain. That's all it says here.
Captain.
He played Cap.
That's all you need, man.
That's all you need. Hey, Cap.
Yep.
But you're right. General Ashdown, Terminator Salvation 2009. He's got quite the. He's got a lot underneath his belt. He plays in this TV movie, The Veteran. He plays Mark Doc Jordan. There he is. Splinter Cell double agent plays Sam Fisher. I didn't know that Splinter Cell and Ghost Recon are the same thing.
Are you sure that's correct, man? That sounds
I don't know.
like...
It says right here. I'm just following what Google told me.
All right.
Yeah, you want to confirm?
Michael Ironside, Ghost Recon.
Yeah, because it says Splinter Cell, Chaos Theory, Splinter Cell, Sam Fisher, and then it goes up to Ghost Recon, Wildlands, Ghost Recon, Breakpoint, and he plays the same person as Sam Fisher.
Oh, it must be like a crossover kind of thing.
You think?
Yeah, game add-ons have several. Well, we don't need to make this.
We don't need to go deep.
A Google podcast, but yeah, it looks like you're right, man. I thought maybe you were getting those two mixed up, but let's move on.
Yeah, let's totally move on. Okay, and final person,
Dude,
final
great one to end off on.
I think it's an amazing one because this dude's talking about like IMDb's that have the most stuff on it. I think this dude takes the cake.
This guy's a legend, man.
Yeah, and he's a beautiful chocolate man. He is
Keith David.
Yeah, and I mean. Man, let's talk about it. He's in The Thing. He's
the
voice.
Childs.
Yeah, He's the voice of Arbiter in Halo.
Yep, the
which
Arbiter
I had
in
no
Halo.
idea when I found out. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
He plays in the TV series Enlisted. He plays Sergeant Major on there, which honestly nobody's ever seen because it's probably terrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only had
Enlisted's
one
like,
season, I think.
Yeah, only had one season. It's like a drama about Dependas or some shit. Yeah, totally
Bunch of enlisted
terrible.
dudes, yeah.
But then he plays in Delta Force.
Delta Force.
Have you seen that one?
No, that's with Get Her Done guy,
Yeah,
right?
Get Her Done. Yeah,
Oh my
Larry the
God.
Cable Guy.
How dare
Larry
you
the
put that
Cable.
on this list?
Yeah, Chris says how dare you. But no, yeah, it's just honestly, I'm surprised we didn't put that on military comedies because that movie's terrible.
I think I'm glad we didn't have it on there because I've only seen the cover of that movie and I'm like I'm never gonna watch
Yeah,
this
it has
movie.
Larry the Cable Guy in it.
Yeah.
You can't take any. It's a disrespect to the flag.
That's like In the Army Now with
Yeah.
Pauly Shore, you know.
Yeah, but then he's also I didn't know this, and it makes a lot of sense. He plays the voice of Sergeant Foley in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yep.
He's a
And
big voice actor.
yeah, and the voice of Admiral Anderson in Mass Effect 3.
Yeah. He also plays President in Rick and Morty.
President. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
the president, yeah, he's-
And Reverse Giraffe.
Yeah, and Reverse Giraffe.
I'm Reverse Giraffe. I'm a short neck and
He's
legs.
I got
also
short
this goes way back and maybe nobody knows about it. Although I think you can watch all of them on Disney Plus now. But he's the voice of Goliath in Gargoyles.
Gargoyles.
Oh,
the
really?
Gargoyles cartoon. I remember that.
Yeah,
yes.
I had no idea that this dude was such a big voice actor. And I put this one in for just shits and giggles. Have you ever seen Range 15?
No, is that the one with the Black Rifle Coffee guys?
Yeah, so Matt Best,
Matt
former
Best.
Ranger, he in his success coming up before Black Rifle was huge, they made a movie with a full veteran and military cast.
That's right.
And it's about zombies, survivals, and how
It's it's a total comedy kind of thing.
oh
Like,
yeah,
they
no,
just
it's
did it to
100%
have
a
fun.
comedy.
Yeah.
And Danny Trejo's in it. And who else is in it off the top of my head? I'm trying to remember who else is in it.
Well, just a bunch of military. If you know the military and Second Amendment 2A community.
Yeah, Marcus Luttrell's in it.
Yeah, all those
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, Medal of Honor. Was he a Medal of Honor recipient? No, he's just survivor of Red Wings, Operation Red. Marcus Luttrell is from Lone Survivor.
Yeah, that's
he
the
was
real dude.
guy that was in that. So he's in that
Yeah.
movie. So they made it. I haven't seen it. I heard it's terrible, but I love it. I have to watch the Range 15 just to support the veteran-owned community. But yeah, this dude is in everything, and he's also in Platoon, right? He plays one of the brothers on Platoon.
Yeah, he's one of the dudes in Platoon. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's he's one of those guys that looks good in uniform.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I
and
mean,
he-
everything he plays, it seems like he always has some sort of uniform on.
Yep.
And he looks like a sergeant major.
Yeah,
with
he does look like
100%.
a commanding officer or
Yeah.
a senior NCO.
Yeah, totally. He's got that look, 100%. I can tell why he has so many military caveats in there, just because he has the command presence, he has the look, and his golden voice. The
He's got
golden
that
voice.
golden,
Yeah, Keith
that
David.
golden dulcet tones
Yeah.
of a gargoyle.
Eva Gargoyle, yeah.
Long may he reign,
Long may he
Keith
reign.
David.
Yeah.
I have a Keith David story.
Do you?
I went and saw a play when I was a little kid. It was a big deal because we drove from Lancaster, which is just outside LA, into downtown LA at the Arts Center, and we saw 7 Guitars. And he was one of the main characters in 7 Guitars.
Wow. Look at you.
That was
you
like-
just know everybody.
It was early 90s, man.
You
it was,
saw Keith David.
Yeah,
You
Keith
went
David
to the shooting range
live.
with Neal McDonough.
Yep, Neal
you
McDonough.
were
Or,
just-
no, not Garrett Dillahunt.
Garrett, yeah.
Get it right.
Sorry, Garrett Dillahunt.
Get my
You guys are
random
best friends.
celebrity sightings right, Cameron.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. But let's see. You put right here video games.
Well,
Bit of a
there's-
ringer.
There's only one that you need to know when it comes to video games, folks. There's only one guy you may not know who he is, but you have heard his voice before. Ladies and gentlemen, Troy Baker.
Troy Baker.
And
Tell me about this.
I
dude.
only put this on here because a lot of
Oh,
people
wow.
maybe they don't pay attention, but he is the premier voice actor guy in the industry today.
Yeah,
He's been in so much,
Yeah, I just said, oh wow, because I'm looking at here. He's in The Last of Us.
Yeah, he
He's
plays
BioShock.
Joel in The Last of Us. He's Nathan Drake or Sam. He's Sam Drake in Uncharted 4. He plays Nathan Drake's brother. He's Booker DeWitt in BioShock Infinite. He plays the Arkham Knight in the Arkham Knight series, like his nemesis.
Yeah.
Who's a former Robin, and all he does is voice acting work.
Yeah, I'm looking at Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yep.
He plays Theron Shan.
He's done it all. He's
John
played the
Jones
Joker.
in
He's
Fortnite.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, this guy's got everything. He's in Rick and Morty too. He plays Timmy Tim Tim. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, he's done Marvel. He's done Star Wars. He's done Call of Duty Black Ops 2. He was in that. Halo 4, Marvel's Avengers video game. It's crazy. It's just unbelievable.
Oh man, yeah. Looking at his video games are just like off the map. You're definitely justified for throwing this dude in here. He's in everything. My God.
But Cameron, I say all this, but you know the real reason why he's on this list.
Why?
Because I got a Troy Baker story.
Oh my God! Add one more. Let me know.
Very sneaky.
Very sneaky there, Izzy. Way to talk yourself up like you're
I got to meet him at Comic-Con one year.
you?
I think it was like 2017 or 2018, and it was super cool how it happened. I might have told the story before, but
I was
I'm
waiting
gonna
in
tell it
line
again.
for 3 hours, and he said, "Thanks for the support," and he signed my thing.
It's better than that. This is actually a good story. This is actually a real story.
Oh, really?
But I tried to get into his panel for, I think it was Lord of the Rings Shadow of War, which is the sequel to Shadow of Mordor. He plays the main character in that. So totally booked out, totally crowded.
Oh, really?
I couldn't get in. It was like, oh, man, that's the one. I don't want to go to many panels at Comic-Con, but I don't want to wait in lines,
Yeah.
So I was like, that's really too bad. Well, that night we were going to the Spreckles Theater to watch Thrilling Adventure Hour and Welcome to Night Vale crossover. It was like they're both podcasts, but they were doing like a cool team-up thing. And we were meeting my friend and another friend of ours who's an actress. She was getting us like nice balcony tickets. So I was waiting out front, and Troy Baker walks up. I'm like, dude, Troy Baker, how you doing, man? He's like, oh, hey, how's it going? And I was like, oh, man, I missed your panel today. I was like, can I get a picture? He's like, yeah, absolutely. He was super coul about it. He's like, it's Comic-Con, man. That's what we're here for. And so I was like, you going to the show? He's like, yeah, I'm going in. So we walk in. And we both walked to our friend, and she's like, hey, you guys are here? He's like, wait, you know Troy Baker too? And she's like, yeah, we're all sitting together. So we got to go up and sit together and watch the show. And it was a cool, like, Troy Baker moment, so.
Oh, my
cool.
God. Troy Baker, what a stud.
Troy Baker, I'm in
man.
love.
That's probably the best story.
That's
you've
the best
said
story
on
I've
this
heard.
one.
Not like seeing somebody from across the room through a scope,
Oh, we were shooting guns and we made eye contact and I creamed my pants.
I saw him from across the room, and I could have swore he looked at me and winked.
That's the only story that I'll take for you, actually.
Okay, all right.
Well, that's what's his face.
That's what's his face,
Yeah.
folks.
And here,
now you know.
Now you know all of Izzy's amazing celebrity encounters here on PCFM Podcast. You heard it here. Am I saying this right?
You heard it here first.
First, folks. There we go.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first, folks. And welcome to another segment we like to call
Asked and Answered,
where Izzy and I tackle a question that has been asked us. I'm
that has been asked of us. We've been asked this question. We present a question that we have been asked so many
thousands of times that after today, when we answer it now, it'll never be spoken
if it's asked
again.
It will fall on deaf ears because we're done answering this question.
Absolutely. And this, if you can probably take a wild guess what it's going to be, is how do I get ready for Army Ranger School / Q Corps / RASP? How do I prepare?
How do I prepare for going into the Army or either Ranger School, RASP, or the Q Corps? How do I prepare? Like
a selection, if
usually
you will.
physically is what they're talking about.
Yeah. How do I prepare physically? Here we go. All right.
Well, I'm going to give you the gift that keeps on giving. It's called YouTube.
Yeah.
You type in Q course prep, physical prep. You type in prepare for Ranger School. You type in prepare for the Army, and you're going to get any number of answers and videos and stuff like that from Green Berets and Rangers and stuff like that.
There's thousands of videos out there that can tell you. You don't need to ask us directly because guess what? I'm just going to tell you, be physically in shape. Never quit. Be a team player.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Literally, that's pretty much it. I mean, let me tell you my experience just because I might as well put it out there.
Yeah.
So when I joined the Army, I didn't know what an Army Ranger was. I literally had no idea. Plus, I didn't have any of the resources that you guys have today, which is YouTube, the internet. When I would Google RASP, I would get like, is that like a rash or something? Like, did you mean rash?
Like a raspy voice?
Yeah. Did you mean like is it a raspy voice or something? There was a book in basic training I was exposed to called Violence of Action, which is written by a Ranger, and they had one chapter on RASP, and it basically said it was hard, chapter 2. And like literally no idea what I was getting myself into. But I think that was part of the beauty of it. So it forced me to do everything that I did in basic training in AIT to the literally best of my ability. It was, I want to be better than the guy I was yesterday. So just from hard work and giving it 110% at everything I did helped me succeed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only person that can really help you is yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So going into it, like I wasn't in the best shape of my life before I left for basic training, but when I was in basic training, every workout I did, 110%, right?
Yep.
Then, luckily I went straight to airborne school and then straight to RASP. I didn't have any downtime, but that set me up for success. So consistency is key, right? If you're planning on going into the Army or the Navy, if you want to go to BUDS, or, if you're a Marine, you want to go the recon route, going in, in shape is going to help you.
Yeah.
100%. But there's thousands of, online workout programs. I always direct people to either Soflete or Mountain Tactical.
Yeah.
Those are great ones to get you in shape. They have a bunch of workout plans. They have diet, restrictions. They have diet plans that you can follow and set yourself up for success.
Yeah.
But the only way to, get ready for it is really mentally. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Having a no-quit attitude and just literally telling yourself, if it gets hard, I'll quit tomorrow. And then when tomorrow comes, get through the day. And if it's still hard, tell yourself, I'll quit tomorrow, and just rinse and repeat that.
That's good stuff. The big thing is it's a big mental game, because in the military, they will run you hard. They will get you ready. Like, you will do PT and you will eat and you will train, and that is all you will do, especially in basic training.
That's your job.
And then if you go to AIT, if you're going into like Rangers or QCOS, you'll go to AIT in the same spot. So you'll just continue to do that stuff. It really is a mental game. I would say don't take anything personally that happens in the military. Everything, hopefully, that they're doing nowadays is designed to make you a better soldier, right? It's designed to get you ready, to work on, to break you down, build you up with that teamwork mindset, that duty and selfless service mindset. Just accept it and let yourself be kind of molded and shaped by the experience. You're not losing your individuality. You're just adding to your character. You know what I mean? So don't take it personally and say yes to everything. Volunteer for stuff. They say, oh, never volunteers. They're like, no, volunteer for stuff. I volunteer for stuff all the time, and you can have a lot of really unique experiences
just by volunteering.
Just by volunteering, man. Yeah. Everyone's like afraid of volunteering. Don't be afraid to make a choice. Don't be afraid to step up. Don't be afraid to, get out there. Because I'm telling you, man, you're going to open yourself up to a lot of really unique experiences if you aren't afraid to just step out.
Yeah, not to mention, that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for a person that wants to just sit in the back and, literally ride by, right? Yep. That's not what they're looking for at all. They're looking for someone that steps up, that wants to experience things, that, shows initiative. Basically, when they call out, hey, I need a guy, you should be the one sprinting over there. I'll give you a classic example of what I mean. When I was going through RASP, it was the first week, so just the weed out the week phase, and they were rucking us. We had to do, your first day in RASP, you do something called I'm totally blanking. Oh, let me get my thoughts. You do something called the Doughboy, and the Doughboy you do something called the Doughboy, and it's essentially, they tell you 0-6 formation right when you go into RASP, and they come in at 4. And they're like, everybody get downstairs right now. They wake you up. It's like a shark attack type of thing. And then they get the fastest RASP cadre, and they run you to Doughboy Stadium, which is, there's the Ranger compound, and Doughboy Stadium's like on Fort Benning. It's just literally a football stadium. Okay. And they run you as fast as they can. And it's literally, it becomes a formation run that turns into you just see people strung out, right? And then, but I remember the guy that ran us, it was the major, basically the CO of the RASP, and at the time, and he was running us at a 5:40 pace.
Oh my god!
Literally, they will run you, and pretty much that was just the first thing. And then we got back, and they're like, okay, ruck up, and then everybody rucks, and they do fucking get their best rucker, and then they just ruck you, and you have to hold the guy in front of you, and if you let go, they single you out, and you get kicked out.
Oh.
At least that was the first day, and then I remember we rucked all the way to the pool to do the swim test, which I don't know if it's a pass or fail anymore, but back then it was, I'm pretty sure. But literally, it was 30 degrees outside, and after you get into the pool and you're all wet, you don't have a change of clothes, and you're just sitting there in the cold, just freezing your dick off.
Oh, man.
And I remember one of the cadre was sitting in the van, and he goes out, and he says, I need 2 guys right now. And, everybody's so cold and, didn't want to move. I just sprinted over there. and literally the guy was like, okay, come sit next to the heater. And he put the heater of the van on, and me and another guy were just sitting there warming ourselves up. And the reason they did that was because and then he just started smoking the other guys. And he's like, we want people showing good initiative. And he's like, when I ask for somebody, I better get everybody sprinting over here. And that was just a perfect example of why you always want to step up, you want to do stuff. So that's
great, man. That's a good story.
Yeah,
dude.
he literally, there was no reason other to get volunteers to like want to step up. And I remember, that 5 to 10 minutes of sitting there in the heated truck while everybody else was getting smoked in like 30 degrees while soaking wet. It was worth it.
You're alive. Gives you life, man. That's awesome, dude.
We hope we answered that question. How do I get ready for Army Ranger School, Q course, RASP, selection, whatever? Be a team player. Work on your physical fitness. Don't ever skip out on it, and just volunteer and step up, be a leader.
That's right.
That's the last time we're going to talk about this.
Case closed. All right. Well, now it's time to come to our game, Cameron.
Game time, and you are the game master.
I am the game master now with this one.
Everybody loves to see me fail.
So here we are. I think this is going to be a fun one, man. This one is called What's All Their Faces?
What's all their faces? Oh, no, man. I'm going to suck at this.
What? What do you think? I don't know.
I'm going to guess it's like, what are their faces? Meaning you're going to have to ask me what actors are playing who. I cannot do that.
Not necessarily.
Okay, well, I love failing.
Do you mind if I play as well?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. Why don't we do that, Chris?
Yeah,
Yeah, you should
come
definitely
on,
play,
Chris,
man.
you can play on my team, dude.
Yeah, why don't you guys do it? You're on a team because the way that the game is set up, there are many answers that you can have, right? So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to name the title of a movie, a video game, a television show, something like that. And I want you to give me the actors and or their character names for each of their title.
Okay.
And you want you to give me as many as possible up to and including 10 total answers.
Okay.
So at least I want at least 10 answers for each one.
I'm so happy, Chris.
There better only
You
be
have no
like
idea.
2 of these questions.
Yeah.
There are many of these questions, but I will pick 2 of them. Okay, why don't we do this is the warm up, and then we'll have two major questions.
Okay.
The first one, The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. Okay. Christian Bale.
Yep.
Plays Batman.
1.
So wait, hold on a second. Let me see if I'm understanding this correctly. You want us to tell everyone that played The Dark Knight ever?
No.
just
in this
people in the
movie,
movie.
I want you to give
Up
me
to 10.
as many actors as you can
okay.
or that are in this movie.
Okay, so
Up to 10.
Christian Bale.
10 is the kind of the magic number.
Okay,
1.
Christian Bale, main character. Heath Ledger plays the Joker.
2.
Okay. All right, Chris, your turn.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Maggie Gyllenhaal 3 plays
Does she
Rachel.
play Rachel?
She's Rachel.
Okay. Who plays Two-Face?
Aaron
Who plays
Eckhart.
Aaron
Aaron
Eckhart?
Eckhart, that's 4.
That's 4. Okay. Who
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine 5.
is that? Gordon?
Yep. No.
Mhm.
He's plays Alfred.
Oh, he plays Alfred. Okay.
plays
Who
Alfred.
plays Gordon?
Gary
Chris?
Oldman.
I don't know. Gary
Gary
Oldman,
Oldman.
that's 6.
Okay, and then we also have who plays, because I know he's in it for a little bit. Who
Bill
plays Scarecrow?
Will Fichtner.
Is that
he
Will
plays the
Fichtner?
banker in the beginning.
The banker. Yep, Will Fichtner.
You
Who
guys
plays
didn't know you're
Scarecrow?
Robin?
He's
Who
not
plays
in
Scarecrow?
that one though.
He is in the second one.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
Yes, the
He's
small
in the third
role.
one.
He's in the second. He has a very small role. They visit him in the psych ward in the second one.
Yes. No,
Do they?
he's in the beginning in the drug deal.
Oh, and he's in the beginning of the drug
Oh.
deal.
That's not
I
him.
think he's like,
That's him.
I'm wearing hockey pads.
Yeah, I'm not wearing
I'm
hockey
not
pads.
wearing hockey pads.
Not my
It's,
diagnosis.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, that's 7. Lucius Fox.
Lucius Fox.
Oh, Rutger Hauer then? Or is he only in Batman Begins?
Who's Rutger Hauer?
Rutger Hauer, I think, is only. Yeah, he's one of the CEOs at Wayne.
Who's
He's
the
only in
Asian
Batman
guy?
Begins.
Who's the Asian guy?
Begins.
Oh
You're
man, I don't remember that guy's name.
Okay,
Um,
do you
You're
know,
at 8. You're at 8 actually.
Okay,
I
do you
got 8.
know the commission? Not before the black dude that plays
No, I don't remember
Commissioner
that guy's
Gordon's.
name
No,
either.
man. God,
Think of all the characters, good and bad, good guys, bad guys. You still haven't given me Scarecrow.
Oh, do you know Scarecrow's name?
It's something Murphy. I can't
Michael
believe-
Murphy?
No, not Michael. It's a very Irish name, like Kieran Murphy or something like that.
Oh
Oh,
God,
you're so close. man.
Kieran.
No,
Taron?
it's like
O'Malley.
I can't. He's in Peaky Blinders, and he's in 28
He's
Days
in Peaky
Later.
Blinders.
And
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders 28 Days Later.
I'm
Yep.
trying to think of other characters. Oh man, this is a goodie, huh?
You got a
Who's
couple
the guy
good
that's
ones.
like,
left.
my dogs are hungry. Do you know that guy's name?
If you know that actor's
it's,
name, I'll be
Michael
really
Jai
impressed.
White.
Michael Jai White.
Michael Jai White. He's one of the gang members. Yes.
Yes, one of the
Okay.
gang members.
One more.
more.
Give me one more, guys. One more. Come on.
Do you know any of the brothers in the beginning where it's like $50,000 to whoever
Anthony
gets the head of this?
Hall.
Anthony
Michael Hall,
There we
baby. You
go.
got it. All
All
10,
right.
baby.
See, I can give you
Killian Murphy.
characters. I
Killian
can-
Murphy was the Scarecrow.
Killian Murphy.
Killian
Okay.
Murphy, yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go.
And then
Okay.
Chin Han was the Chinese guy
Han was
who's been in a lot of stuff.
Also,
since
Tiny
then, so.
Zeus Lister.
Tiny Zeus Lister. Who
Ti-
plays? Who's he?
Oh, he's one of the prison guys that
He's one of
throws the
prisoners
remote
on
out.
the boats.
Now I'm gonna do what you should have done.
Oh
half
yeah,
an
the
hour
guy with the
ago.
crazy eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a great. He's another one of those. Hey, who is that guy?
Yeah.
All right, good one, guys. Okay, let me.
Wait, was that the warm up?
That was the one.
That's just Jesus Christ. Why couldn't you pick like 5? Why 10?
All right, I'm gonna give you an easy one.
It better
Lord
be
of the Rings:
Love
The Two
Actually.
Towers.
Lord of the Rings, the Two
Lord of the
Towers.
Rings: The Two Towers. Give me 10. Give me 10 characters.
Okay.
Or
so-
give me. Let's see, 10 actors. 10 actors.
Okay,
from
Elijah
this movie.
Wood.
Elijah Wood. That's one.
Who plays Sam?
Sean
I'm terrible with
Astin.
names.
Sean Astin.
Sean
that's 2.
Astin. Okay,
Viggo
Aragorn.
Mortensen.
Viggo
Viggo
Mortensen.
Mortensen 3.
Orlando
who plays
Bloom.
Orlando
Orlando Bloom,
Bloom. I always think Sean Connery plays Gimli, but is for
No,
some reason
it's Jonathan Rhys Davies.
Jonathan
That's
Rhys
5.
Davies.
Good.
Okay, who plays? He's in The Boys. He plays one of the riders of Rohan. Keith. No, Urban.
No, it's Carl Urban.
Something Urban.
Carl Urban. That's 6.
Carl Urban.
Brad Dourif.
Brad Dourif 7. Grimer Wormtongue.
Who plays Schmeagol?
That's
I don't know who plays me.
Oh my God.
Gollum.
What Circus? His last name's Circus.
Circus.
Yeah.
Anthony Circus.
Nope.
No, it's not Anthony. We'll come back to that.
We'll
Liv
circle
Tyler.
back, okay.
Liv
Tyler.
Tyler. 8.
And
Hugo
then-
Weaving.
Hugo Weaving 9.
Hugo Weaving. Who plays Hugo Weaving?
He's Elrond.
He's
Elrond? Okay. Who's? Do we know any of Merry and Pippin? Any of those guys from
Billy
Lost?
Boyd.
Billy Boyd 10.
Billy Boy.
Good.
Okay.
You guys, good. You guys are killing it.
Yeah. Who was I trying to think of right there? Who plays Schmeagol?
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
Andy
I said
Serkis.
Anthony.
Louise.
Andrew
you were close.
Serkis.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. You guys,
Last
this
one.
should be pretty easy. Well, maybe not so easy.
How many of these did you say you put down?
I mean, we're not going to do them all, but I have 8 of them.
You have 8 of
Eight?
them? Oh my
You
god.
wanted 80 answers? Get out of here.
Get out of town, dude. You high? What are you smoking? Give me some.
Okay. Let's do this one. I want to do a special one just for Cameron because I tried really hard to find a good source for him. I want you to give me 10 characters from the world of Warcraft.
10 characters from the world of Warcraft.
10 characters from the world of
Oh
Warcraft.
my god, man. I wish I, remembered. Okay, so you have Thrall, you have Orgrim Doomhammer, you have Duraton, you have Sylvanas Windrunner,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You have, oh man, this is going to suck. Did I already say Thrall?
Yep. So that was the
Okay,
first one.
Garrosh Hellscream.
Garrosh Hellscream, got it.
That's 5, right?
Isn't there one that starts with an M? From you guys
M.
were talking about it. I don't know.
Yeah,
From the
I mean,
movie,
there's-
he's the guy that gets like betrayed.
Yeah, there's, I already said Orgrim Doomhammer, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Something Stormwind would be. Stormwind City is named after somebody. I totally forgot. See,
I literally can be of no help.
I know you can be of no help. See,
This was kind of a special one. just
something
for Cameron.
Lightbringer or Earth Lightbringer. God, here we go. Okay. Now I'm trying to think of. I don't know why the Lich King. Who's the Lich King? His name is. Oh, people are screaming at their cars right now.
What do you mean you don't know the Lich
You
King?
know the Lich King. Illidan.
Illidan? I
Yes.
got that. Yeah.
Illidan's
Okay, that's
one.
6.
Okay, and then I don't know why I'm blanking on the OG Warlock. And
He was
the
in the
demon.
movie.
Yeah, he's in the Yeah, he's the I'm blanking. Hardcore right now.
Think of all those hours you spent playing the game.
I know. I'm literally thinking of characters, and I'm like, okay, well, what's Arthas?
Arthas, got it.
Okay,
Arthas Menethil.
yeah, that's the Lich King. Yep.
That's 7.
Okay. I'm thinking of my adventures and my quests.
Good. Reach back, Cameron.
Reaching back so long. This is
Who's
8
one of the
years ago.
traitors? It starts with an M. He was a traitor. He
was a
betrayed
traitor?
someone.
Ben Foster plays his character in the movie.
It starts with an
Doesn't
M.
help.
It's like
That doesn't help me That doesn't help me one bit.
Murgle or something. I don't know.
More ghoul. Oh, I'm so close. Or ghoul. Gul'dan. Gul'dan's one.
Gul'dan. He's
Gul'dan's
the evil
one.
wizard. That's 8. You got 2
it's
more. Can you give me 2 more?
warlock. I'm thinking of all the orcs in my head. What's Thrall's wife's name? I'm sorry. What's Duraton's wife's name?
This is the guy that has the nerve to call us nerds when we talk about Star Trek.
Oh my God! Get out of town.
What was that orc's wife's name?
I forgot. Man. Okay. I'm trying to think about Paladin. Let me go. Any Death Knights I know? No, there's Arthas is your OG Death Knights. Okay. What about Druids? No. Warlocks would be Gul'dan. And then I'm trying to think of like really famous raids that you used to do that I cannot remember for the life of me. Yeah. So Windrunner was a big one. She's in charge of the undead. And I can't even remember any of the human kings. Yeah, this one's gonna fuck me right over.
Maybe we should just call it.
You want to call it, man?
Give me 5 seconds.
All right.
Let's call it and we'll do one more. That's not.
We'll call it and do one more?
I can't.
Okay, Medivh was the name.
Medivh!
Yeah, Medivh.
The demon, yes. And then
you
can I
got
have
Black
one?
Hand, Draka,
Black
Kandgar, Kel Thuzad, Bolvar, Four Dragon, Rexar.
Rexar. Why
Yeah,
couldn't I
Rexar.
remember in the half-breed?
I know, Rexar is right on the tip of my tongue, too.
Rexar is the half-breed. Okay. Yep. All right.
Okay,
Whatever.
we'll do one more. Just give me the characters' names, as many as you can, just for fun. The Boys.
Okay. Characters' names from the boys. We have Homelander, A-Train.
Starlight.
You have Starlight. Let's just name the 7. You have
Black Noir.
yeah, Black
Noir.
Noir. You
The
have the Deep. The
Deep.
Deep's a
Deep.
Yeah, the TNT twins.
TNT
There's one. I don't know why. It's because Herogasm popped in my head. And then you have Mother's Milk. You have Huey. You
Billy
also
Butcher.
Billy
Billy
Butcher.
Frenchie.
Yeah,
Frenchie,
Frenchie,
that's
Soldier
it.
Boy,
Soldier
Yoko.
Boy, you got him, man.
Yeah,
you got him.
Yoko.
Stormfront.
Stormfront.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good
Who's
stuff,
the
you
original
guys.
guy from the Invisible Guy that they
Translucent.
Translucent.
Gets
He's like,
blown up.
translucent doesn't even mean invisible.
Yeah, I mean semi-transparent.
Semi-transparent. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
good stuff, you guys. Sorry, that was the longest game ever.
Yeah, man. What
Just
do you?
wanted to stretch your nerdy
Maybe
brains.
like 5 next time instead of 10.
I know, but all these movies had and stuff had. I had Game of Thrones. I had Apex Legends. I had
Apex
Curse of the Black
Legends, right.
Pearl. Ozark.
Ozark.
Yeah.
What?
That's why I asked you today on the
we
text.
would've
I
gotten
said,
roasted
have you?
on some of those.
Oh, we would have got roasted, man.
And
Well,
then the bonus was the Arkham Knight series, the Batman Arkham series. 20 characters.
oh my God, are you kidding me? Would that be like Two-Face, the Riddler?
That's going to be a
Joker?
bonus episode
Oh,
coming
man.
up.
An entire.
Next-
Maybe that's on the Patreon.
Next
Okay.
game I make is going to be so fucking hard. You don't even
Yeah,
know.
just for, and then it's gonna be
no,
me and
you guys,
Chris.
come on, give me a break.
Me and Chris will be game master on that one, just so I can
You
get
guys
a
team up
breather
on
here.
me.
Yeah,
You're
we'll
gonna
team-
break my perfect streak.
Yeah, we'll double team you. We'll double team you hard.
Oh god.
Okay. Well, folks, that's all the time we have for this episode of
Thanks
What's
for
Its
joining
Face.
us, folks.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Pop Culture Field Manual Podcast. We really hope you enjoyed it. Check out that Patreon if you can't get enough of this podcast. Check out Israel on Twitch. Check out our Instagrams. And with that,
Cue music.